How's it going, everyone? This is Soul Cinched here, and welcome to my predictions for Season 6, Episode 8 of Battlebots. Without any further ado, let's just get straight into the predictions. First fight, we have Blacksmith versus Malice. I feel like, depending on who breaks down, I'm going to go with Malice on this one, but if Malice breaks down like they have in their last couple fights, then Blacksmith could get the win here, but I'm going to go with Malice. I don't think they'll be able to knock out Blacksmith. It'll probably go to the judges, but if they can disable Blacksmith's weapon and get enough damage points, they should be able to win that way. Next fight, we have Black Dragon versus Claw Viper. Even though Claw Viper looked very good in their first fight, which was a YouTube exclusive against Pardon My French looked absolutely horrible, and Blacksmith is a top-tier robot. So Blacksmith should be able to come out and win this one, unless their weapon breaks down very early and they catch on fire for most of the fight. Then Claw Viper could win on damage and control because, Black Dragon losing their weapon will be counted as damage done by Claw Viper. So Claw Viper could win this one, but I'm going with Black Dragon. This will be an interesting match. We have Gigabyte versus Smee. Going with Gigabyte, probably the best full-body spinner in the modern era of BattleBots. There's not many of them, but Gigabyte is definitely the best out of the few that we have. And Smee is very strange. We all know Smee is the super wide bot that always has very odd fights. They never really fought a very destructive bot like Gigabyte. So we haven't really seen how durable Smee is. Even last season, I don't think they ever really fought any bot that could really do a whole lot of damage to it. So we'll have to see what Gigabyte can do to Smee. But yeah, this should be a fairly easy win for Gigabyte, unless Smee just keeps their spinner from spinning up with their giant wedge. But I don't see Gigabyte losing this one. And next up is Glitch versus Hydra. Hydra has had some issues this season. They definitely looked a lot better in their second fight, but Glitch had a lot of drive issues in their first match. So I'm going with Hydra simply based on that. Now, if Glitch has got their drive issues fixed, they could potentially win this match. Because their spinner seems to be very, very powerful, and their Omni-Wheel drive system could be very, very useful if it's dialed in and they're not having the drive issues like they were. And it'll really, if Glitch is working at 100%, it'll be a question of who is the lower bot, who can get under who, and I feel like Hydra might have the advantage there, so I'm going with Hydra on this one. Tombstone versus free shipping, no brainer. Tombstone is going to win that match. Can't really see free shipping winning this one unless Tombstone comes out and breaks itself like it did in its first two matches. But yeah, it should be a fairly easy win from Tombstone, and Hydra might be able to hang it out, but I don't think so. And then next up we have Ribbot versus P1. Ribbot looked very good in their first two fights. Again, their first two fights weren't the toughest of opponents. Their first match was Defender, which is a rookie bot, which is a rookie lifter. And their second fight was Overhaul, who is a robot that is returning after a few seasons off. And as we've already seen, when teams take a couple seasons off, when they come back, they do struggle trying to keep up with the modern teams. So Ribbot was very destructive in those two matches, but again, they weren't facing really tough opponents. And again, P1 is just a lifter, so it's not like they really have to worry about a threatening weapon. And P1 has looked very good so far, but I still see Ribbot winning this one. I feel like they're just going to overwhelm P1. Unless P1 can pull off something crazy, Ribbot should win this fight. And now we get to the main event, which is In-Game versus Sawblaze. I've been looking at other people's predictions, and so far it kind of seems like a 50-50 mix. But I have to give this one to Sawblaze. Sawblaze has looked absolutely outstanding so far this season. You know, they have the power saw or power hammer or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Sawblaze super destructive, and also a better control bot than in-game, because in-game is just simply a vertical spinner. You know, in-game could easily win this match, but I feel like this one is Sawblaze's fight. I feel like they're going to win simply based on that they'll be able to have more control in the fight. So, yeah, I'm giving this one to Sawblaze. And now for our YouTube exclusive, we have Captain Shrederator versus Jaeger. I'm giving this one to Captain Shrederator because Captain Shrederator does not need to do much to win this fight. If they can just get 2 solid hits, 1 hit on each Jaeger bot, they should be able to just kind of 1-hit KO each bot. However, if they come out and break down immediately, Jaeger won't have to do anything and they'll win. Or if Captain Shrederator takes out one of the Jaegers and breaks down, then Jaeger will still win because Captain Shrederator will have to take out both of them to win. So I feel like either Captain Shrederator is going to come out and destroy Jaeger immediately, or they're just going to come out and die and Jaeger will win by doing nothing. I'm questioning this fight. Like I said, Captain Shrederator should win this fight, and they shouldn't have to do much to win this fight. So that's why I'm giving the edge to Captain Shrederator. But this being a YouTube exclusive, it's very possible that Captain Shrederator will just come out, die immediately, and Jaeger will win by doing absolutely nothing. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up my predictions for this fight. This is definitely, one episode that I feel the least confident about. You know, most of the weeks I'm fairly confident in my predictions, even though I'll get 1 or 2 fights wrong. This episode, I have the least amount of confidence in this episode because we have, you know, Claw Viper could do something crazy and win. P1 could end up winning. Jaeger could end up winning. So I could have 3 or 4 of these fights wrong. Same with the first fight, Malice versus Blacksmith. That fight could go the complete opposite direction. Malice could break their weapon super early in the fight, and then Blacksmith just dominate from there. So it is possible that, you know, I might completely bomb this episode. I'm not sure. Just have to wait and watch the episode tomorrow. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. Peace!